Hey guys, today we're playing Silent Hill 3 on the PlayStation 2. There's a nice HD collection on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Sorry, I was about to say Live Arcade. Again, I'm filming this really late. If you have a choice, get the PlayStation 3 version because it has... Please don't go back to the song. I'm still talking. I'll just go to the options while I run my mouth. But anyway, as I was saying, the PlayStation 3 version has alternate audio to this game as they re-recorded the voices. So if you don't like the voices recorded in this game, you can listen to the new ones, but the 360 you're forced to listen to the new voices. But anyway, let's get started. Anyway, I would suggest you play Silent Hill 1 before you actually play this game, not the one on the Wii. Even though that's not called Silent Hill, it has like some Silent Hill and then some alternate title to it. But yeah, this has strong ties to the first Silent Hill on PlayStation 1. Definitely recommend you playing that first, because story-wise, you'll miss a lot, because this has strong connection. Silent Hill 2 was standalone story-wise. This is basically a sequel to Silent Hill 1 story-wise anyway, even though it's part 3. Anyway, you get the idea. So if you had a dream of playing a game as a 16-year-old girl, this is the game for you. So without further ado, let's get this game rolling. Of course, we're going to start a new game. This one actually asks about riddles too. This is, in my opinion, the last good Silent Hill game. I've not played every excuse me, I have not played every other Silent Hill game, but so far the ones I have played have not measured up to the first 3 games in quality. This also has some really cool graphical effects with the textures and stuff I've never seen on PlayStation 2 before. Silent Hill 4 actually came out fairly quickly after this game came out, and that was because it was made by a different development team and it runs on a different engine. Like Silent Hill 4 actually runs on the Castlevania PlayStation 2 engine, and it just doesn't look as good. It doesn't play as good. It's just not as good. It's an okay game. It's not terrible, but it just doesn't draw you in. This game's a lot more straightforward. You don't have to wander as much, I guess. I mean, you still gotta explore, but the pacing on this game, in my opinion, is a lot better. Plus, since it has connections with the first game and kind of finalizes what happens a little bit more in the first game, like, it makes it more interesting. But that's only if you played the first game. Definitely play the first game first. I know it doesn't look as good, and you can't always see 2 feet in front of you, but definitely give it a shot. I believe, I haven't seen it, but I believe that the second Silent Hill movie is based on this game in some way, because based on the trailers, it looked like the main character was this girl. I believe her name's Heather, if I'm not mistaken. And that would make sense because Silent Hill, the first movie, was based on the first game, and like I said, this is kind of a storyline, at least story-wise, sequel to Silent Hill, the first game. Again, purists out there think that the PlayStation 2 versions looks better than the HD collections, but I mean, if you have nothing else to play, I definitely try it. I'm almost tempted to get the HD collection because I'm really lazy and I hate swapping discs. I realized this when I got the God of War collection, and I was like, wow, I don't have to change discs. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Actually, God of War, the HD collection, actually plays really well because it runs at 60 frames per second. So the monsters are even less identifiable in this game. The first game kind of had like these saran wrap mannequin looking things, and of course the famous nurses that seem to be in every Silent Hill. I don't know what that thing was. It looked like it was packed and getting ready to move to like a different amusement park or something. It has like packing blankets around it and then duct tape. At least that's what it looks like. There's no point in trying to figure out what half of the shit in this game is. One of the weapons you get as a bonus weapon, if once you finish the game, is actually a lightsaber. As the second game like has more like just psychological creepy chills in it, kind of like Jacob's Ladder, like I said the other Silent Hill games were, but I forgot to mention it in the last video. Even though this has that creepy atmosphere, there's some jump scares in this. The first Silent Hill had jump scares too. Can I get merchandise? This kind of reminds me of Dead Rising. I wish I could wear this stuff. I never saw Silent Hill Revelations or whatever the heck the sequel movie's called. The first movie wasn't bad for a video game movie. I'd have to say Silent Hill, the movie, is in my opinion the best video game movie that I have seen. But I mean, there's not much to choose from, but it was at least the most loyal to its source material that I've seen. Where am I supposed to go? I thought I couldn't go in there. What horrible place have I found myself into this time? Oh, great. Just what I wanted to run into. Zebra, little things that crawl on the wall that seem to have knives or some shit attached to them. It's a fun place. Since Silent Hill is kind of famous for their soundtrack, this game actually came with its own soundtrack CD when it first came out. They did the same thing with the Persona games. That's the last PlayStation 2 game that I know that did that. Alright, where am I supposed to go? I got some Hellraiser shit coming after me. Next thing I know, there's gonna be the weird scorpion thing with the mouth that crawls through the hallways that protects the entrance to hell from Hellraiser when you open the portal from the box. Come on. I don't think this area is winnable. I think this is sort of like the first game in the beginning. Thank you 3D Control for not being 3D at all. I don't understand the difference between 2D and 3D control, and at this point, since I'm at least familiar with this control, I really don't want to risk it. Stop trying to fall down. I'm sorry that you control like a freaking tank. Okay, we get it. You're high, up in the air, and you don't want to fall. Guess what? It'd be funny if it was like Ghostbusters 2 and the train actually went through her. It's like, did you catch that number on the train? Sorry, I missed it. There she is, 16 years old, drunk, passed out. Cocktail, possibly had a roofie mixed in. We can't be sure. There's no way to check her blood level. If a boy offers you a drink at 16, girls, don't take it. This is what might happen, so don't do it. I'm giving valuable advice here. What a delightful mall. Silent Hill without film grain. Huh. The graphics hold up pretty well, considering this is PlayStation 2. I mean, if it had a little anti-aliasing and maybe that cord wasn't so angular. I mean, I've seen some PS3 games that might look a little worse.
Okay, I will. I love you too, Dad.
Like Silent Hill 4 looks like garbage compared to this game, or even Silent Hill 2. Konami and Capcom were right on the money when it came to making realistic looking games for this console era. Not the one that's currently now, I mean like the Xbox and PlayStation 2.
Hold on. There's someone that wants to meet you. Just let me have an hour.
I don't know if that's considered the 5th or 4th generation. I can't keep up.
My daddy always told me not to talk to strangers.
Especially ones in trench coats.
It's about your birth.
I'm not interested.
Go back in Heavy Rain, you freak. If you haven't played Heavy Rain, You probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. If you have
Are
played
you
Heavy
still
Rain,
following me?
you probably still don't know
Do
what
I
I'm
have to
talking about.
scream?
Sorry. I'll wait here.
This game has a more mellow soundtrack. Look familiar? I believe that symbol was in the first game. Again, play the first game before you play this one. You'll thank me later. And I guess that background image is what the artist's rendition was before it was rendered. I actually think it looks kind of cool. I would love to see a Silent Hill art book of like the original game. They probably had one in Japan. We don't get shit when it comes to art books or anything nice. The only time you get any kind of art book, usually if it's like a GameStop pre-order exclusive. There's a nice Legend of Zelda book that came out, and the BioShock art book, if you're into that, the BioShock Infinite art book that came out. I got it, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna stop here. My video's getting long. I think you know what the spiel is. It's gonna get creepy. All sorts of weird shit's gonna happen. All the weird shit happened in the beginning in this video, so I don't have to work my way up. Anyway, Silent Hill 3, great game. Remember, there's a HD collection on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. If you have a choice, get the PlayStation 3 version, because you have the choice to be able to choose between two different voiceovers. But yeah, and you can probably get this dirt cheap on PlayStation 2. This is the PlayStation 2 version. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching my channel.